But I would ask the same questions. Does any?
Feedback. We're good.
We're good to go? Okay. Same question for September 25th meeting minutes. Does anybody have any suggestions or questions? Okay. There being none, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis.
Second.
Okay. Vice Chairwoman, Ms. Donna Drews,
Yes.
Mr. Scott McDade,
Yes.
Mr. Dennis Concanon,
Yes.
Ms. Michelle Kapakiri. Yes. Mr. James Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Glenn Sokolowski.
Yes.
Okay, great. And the last for this evening, the rest of the minutes this evening is from the October 4th, 2024 meeting. Same question as with the others. Does anybody have any questions or comments about this? I do not. It looks good. Anybody else? Okay, motion to approve?
Second.
Chairman, Mr. Edward Gettings.
Yes.
Vice Chair, Ms. Donna Drews,
Yes.
Ms. Robin Fatu. Mr. Scott McDade,
Yes.
Ms. Michelle Kapakiri. Yes. Mr. Dennis Concanon.
Yes.
Mr. James Miller.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We do not have any resolutions to act on this evening. Citizens' privilege is up next. If we have anybody in the room here with us this evening, or we have several people online with us. but
We
they
can't have
hear
them
you.
participate, unfortunately.
Okay, so I can't ask you the question. If you have anything you wish to address to the board, now would be a good time. Anybody in the room? Okay, so we're through with that. Are we good to go?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Ron Szymanowicz for the applicant, Flemington Junction Associates, Roman numeral 3. We have a issue that I'd like to discuss with you. My firm, as we always do, ordered a court stenographer, as I'm told is required by your ordinance. I'm informed as I walk in the door today that a court stenographer was not sent to the hearing room tonight. A gentleman was sent who was planning on doing a recording of the hearing, not by way of a court stenographer. So the chairman advised me that that is contrary to your ordinance requirement. Our request would be to go forward with just an audio recording as is provided for in the land use law. That, of course, is up to the board. If the board does not allow us to go forward, and we certainly wish that you would, we prepared for this hearing. We brought all our witnesses. It's at great expense to the applicant, and we're ready to go. But if that is not the case and we can't go forward tonight, then we'd like to discuss scheduling.
I had explained to Mr. Szymanowicz.
Yes.
I hope I pronounced your name.
No, you
correctly.
did perfectly.
That's our practice. That's why it's in there. And we like to be consistent.
I understand.
So, we are a board. We are not just me. If anybody else has any thoughts on that or suggestions, but I personally think this should be adjourned and you come back with the courts tonight. Anybody else feel differently? Please speak up.
We are consistent on this, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if
We have run
allowing
into
it
this
once would
before.
open us up to
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm remembering.
Not with a.
Being that
audio
we've been so-
person, But with no courts.
There is an option to video the hearing, if that makes the board feel any more comfortable. Gentleman who's here that was going to record just the audio does have the capability of videotaping the hearing, so you'll have an actual video of the hearing, if that makes the board feel any more comfortable.
I don't think so.
I think I'd like to
Because-
stick with, go ahead, Michelle.
If we've been sticklers about the stenographer so far, I think if we start now, I think we should be consistent
Yeah, I think so
with what
too.
we've required. Not that I don't think it would be just as good, but consistency is key here.
Yeah, and there's, as you and I discussed, there's a lot of detail in this.
Yes,
With a
sir.
lot of testimony with a lot of different people. Does that get picked up as well as with a court stenographer? I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know if one's
agree.
better than the other, but this is the one that is required by our
Mm-hmm.
ordinance. So to deviate from that right now, I think would be problematic.
That's a-
I mean, and I think the other advantage is you might be able to come back with an application that's addressed the overwhelming majority of the comments. And so we'll speed right through that next hearing, hopefully. So,
That could be an advantage.
yes.
I understand
So,
that.
you know, I think that might be another,
Yeah.
you know, as much as we hate to say that we would prefer, and it's our policy to require the stenographer, you know, it might be best to just move forward to another hearing
I
date.
think so. So you can reach out to Taylor and we can reschedule.
Well,
this?
if
yeah.
it's possible to talk about it, then you
Yes,
would not have to
continue.
re-notice.
Correct.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I know we're getting a couple of things going on here. We're getting towards the end of the year, which puts pressure on everyone. We have the holidays going into a new year. You have to wait for your reorg. My apologies with regard to the court stenographer. I've been doing this for 41 years. This has never happened to me before. This is a first. My office is very, very good. I have great staff and something got messed up along the way. But even with that, I would respectfully ask, is there any way we could squeeze a special meeting in? You were going to hear just this application tonight. We'd really like to get it rolling. So I'll leave it to you as to what dates are available.
So
We have only
if you
one
would
month left.
like to have a special meeting, I just want to remind you of the requirement of $1,000 deposit. It may be a little tricky because this application requires conflict professionals. So I can't necessarily speak on behalf of Mr. Torriello or if Mr. Darcy's office.
Calendar here.
Well, you go then. So I'm not going to necessarily speak on behalf of them and
Right.
who can, from the board, is available for the next
Right.
month and a half. We do have a meeting in December scheduled, but unfortunately that is fully booked. Mhm. So then our next regular meeting, the reorg, would be on, I apologize. Would be on January 8th, but we have already looked to schedule an application for that time. Not, I don't necessarily want to speak if you would like to be the only applicant that night. The following meeting would be January 22nd, but these have not been officially set in stone
I
because that would be the
They're
reorg.
plotting over there.
Correct. And if we wanted to go about a special meeting,
I
what is
can
the
do that.
practicality of doing a special?
Can
you
you
know,
just
between
bear
now
with
Yeah,
and
us for a
we're
minute?
trying to
We're
check some
we're
schedules.
trying
here.
to come up with another answer.
So-
Mhm.
I'm good on that.
And then my only other
Maybe
thing, Ron, is I would
December
just have to
18th?
check with other
Yes.
committees within the township,
believe
just to
so.
be sure if the courtroom would be available. Mhm.
Thanks. That's right. Are you good on the
So
18th?
are professionals available
Yeah.
December 18th?
I actually,
No.
believe it or not, had a very similar thing, not stenography, but it continued Monday night and I was scheduled for 7 weeks.
Okay,
I was open.
yeah.
Cash is
He's
not.
not.
James, you good on the 18th?
I can do it.
Do you have someone?
I can have
for-
someone deliver, it's not a problem.
Well, but there's a lot of open items, right? So,
Oh.
but hopefully that time gives.
I think between now and December 18th, Mr. Ford and I can probably get a few things cleaned up.
Okay.
And I can get maybe
I would just also be mindful of when they would have to resubmit if they wanted to.
Which would be what date?
The 6th.
You guys, we have the 21-day rule, but you guys can waive it for the 10 MLUL.
Waived for the,
We wait for the 10.
Do the 18th.
Let's wait.
Well, first of all, yeah, are you guys okay with the 18th?
December
have until
18th.
the sixth.
And you guys,
Yeah, the 18th 's okay, it's just I was waiting for this.
So
10
it's,
days.
it's
The
up to,
sixth.
it's up to you guys. If you as the board want to waive the 21-day rule you guys have and have for the 10 days by the MLUL.
December 6th.
December sixth,
Yeah.
Well, if you can get it in by the 6th.
That work, Michael?
Well, we're willing to work with you on that submittal date, so you good with that?
Thanksgiving. It's overrated. I don't need three anyway.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. What day are we? looking-
Saying submittal the
6th.
6th.
No, but what day are we actually
December
doing?
18th
18th.
meeting.
Right.
Okay, I will have to notice for it. And I, Joe, would the applicant have to notice as well for a special meeting, or would it just be my responsibility?
It's gonna announce.
We're announcing it
Oh.
tonight.
Right.
That's, so in other words, this meeting was properly noticed, so we're now saying what the next meeting is, so.
Yeah.
That should be good, without the need to further notice.
But I will have to notice for a special meeting of the planning board.
Yes.
Okay. Mr.
I'm
Shemanowitz,
sorry.
we're okay?
I was thinking.
No, I just want to be
from
sure.
Ron's obligation,
Mhm.
but yes.
He's good. Okay.
Yes. So. Well, we might need an extension too.
That's
I
fine.
think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
It's very hard.
Jeff, can you just make sure their extension is okay, their
Yeah,
time?
They're fine, but it ends January 29th.
Okay.
We might need
So-
Are you?
30 days or so.
Do you want, are we going to do a time extension for them, or?
He said
You're
it's
fine?
okay.
As far as I
You're
know,
okay, sir?
yeah, yeah. You know, I don't, this couple that are kind of just came up like.
Ron, you said extension's okay, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, for 30 days?
Okay.
Thank you, Ron.
I think it's okay. There's no-
Okay,
We'll
All right.
see you December
we're good.
18th.
We'll see. Have a happy
Just one
Thanksgiving.
more time for the staying of record. You guys will move to December 18th. Have the resubmitted plans by December 6th.
And there'll be no further notice.
Correct.
Yeah, that is-
Other
And a-
than the announcement.
Yes.
Mhm.
And a
Correct.
court stenographer.
Ron,
Sorry.
Ron, thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
We'll see you
Enjoy the
soon.
turkey.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Okay. Normally, I would adjourn at this point, but we are not going to adjourn. We're going to go into an executive session. So all of you folks are excused. And you need to turn,
You would
We
just
need to make
make a motion to go into closed session?
I'm making a motion to go into executive session.
Okay. Ed,
All in favor?
Robin? Okay. For everybody online, the planning board is going to go into closed session. So unfortunately, the recording is going to end just because this is not for the public to be attending. So thank you.
That was all in favor, right?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.